Hi, welcome back to the show with no name, no audience. Tonight we're going to stop talking about the WWE ranking for a bit because I want to talk about something else. Are you who's going to complain? People that aren't watching? And put food on my table. Nobody is. I'm very hungry. Very hungry. Look at me. I'm wasting away. Trying to treat chins. Bad. So instead of talking about that, we're going to talk about something else because I feel like it. And we're going to talk about what may be one of my favorite tag teams in history. It's not typical what people think of when they think about great tag teams. I don't think anyway. I think people have kind of forgotten this day and age about a team called Demolition. Axe and Smasher, Walking Disaster, what have you. The thing about Demolition is that, like, right now, if they came out, like, if right now, we'd be watching Demolition right now, I'm not sure how they'd get over. Obviously, they got over back in the 80s. They were tag team champions for over a year. I mean, even back then, it was a long time. They had 3 tag team title reigns. That's, again, back then was a whole lot of tag team reigns. But nowadays, you don't know if they get over like they did back then, because they're not move guys. Axe and Smash were never move guys. They had, the closest thing they had to a high spot was the decapitation elbow off the second rope. When was the last time you saw anybody hit anything off the second rope? It's been like years. Everybody goes to the top nowadays. They're never moves guys, They never really built their matches around, any sort of slams or throws or anything. It was like, these guys are brawlers, and they're going to punch you. They're going to punch you a lot. And if they get you down, they're going to punch you again. And that was how they worked. But no other team in my history of watching wrestling really made it work as a team based solely on ring awareness, I guess you'd say. Ring generalship, I guess, would be the term they used to throw back in the day. Like Ric Flair was a great ring general. Demolition were better at being a ring general than anybody I've ever seen. Nobody had control of a ring like Demolition did. And yeah, it's all kayfabe and what have you. Kayfabe? Yeah. But Demolition, as a team, controlled the ring better than anybody else I'd ever seen. And they did it without being centered on holds, which is a lot of what the teams you think of created, cutting off the rings used to do, like the Andersons. They'd grab a guy in an arm bar and hold him and keep him out of his corner, keep him in the middle of the ring, and they'd cut off tags a lot. Demolition didn't use holds that way. They'd use holds like a chin lock and neck crank, which was a really effective move back in the day for them. They really executed that well if you've ever seen it. It actually looked like it was uncomfortable to be in that position, which is weird because the neck crank really all it is somebody like this. But it made it look like Axe or Smash was putting the guy's head off. Anyway, back to the ring position. So, if you've never seen Demolition, what they did was they would cut up the ring in half. When I say cut the ring in half, I mean literally not literally, they didn't have a saw. They cut the ring in half. It was like, this is our side, and never will you be anywhere near your partner. And sometimes the half would be like this, in the triangle portion, this would be the half, and sometimes it would be like 2 rectangles next to each other. Demolition kept you either in their triangle or in the rectangle. So if they threw you into the ropes, you were nowhere near close enough to do a line tag to your partner, because Demolition wouldn't do that. Demolition made sure you were in their area. And that is how they won matches and how they dominated matches. And the idea right now, like thinking about that now, it's almost foreign. It's ridiculous to think, oh, this team cuts the ring. No, nobody cuts the ring in half anymore. It's a lost art, and it's an art that needs to come back. Because fuck them Motor City Machine Guns. Fuck them in the ass. Yeah, I said it. I don't care if you fucking flop and fly crap like that. No. Because you don't control the ring. You want to have gymnastics exhibition? Go do that. But it's not great tag team wrestling. Let's not be foolish to think that it is. It's not. Demolition was a tag team that beat the snot out of people who use ring positioning and frequent tags. Oh my god, the tags back in the day. It was like I hit 2 moves, tag. Tags, like you wouldn't believe the number of tags you'd see in an average Demolition match. You would. You never believe it nowadays. Nowadays you see, what, 3-4 exchanges a match? Then Demolition will do 3 or 4 exchanges in 2 minutes, easily. And it wasn't that they were tired or whatever, it was just the strategy you could see that they were using. It's like, we're never going to be tired because we're going to beat the crap out of you. I'm going to get out, I'm going to take my breather, and I'm going to go back in and beat the crap out of you some more. And that's what they did. It was like tagging in and out. You can see this basically in any Demolition match you can find. And that's why, like, one of the matches that you should see after you see that, once you recognize what Demolition does, is see their match where they actually lost the tag team title to the Colossal Connection of Andre the Giant and Pac. Because in that match, Axe never tagged out. Not once. It was like amazing back in the day. Back in the day, it was like Demolition to be held to 1 tag. It was no wonder they lost that match. It was no wonder they lost the title to Colossal Connection. Amazingly kept them separated. I mean, it's like a minor miracle. And that is why that match really, really worked. They squashed the crap out of Demolition, which, imagine that. The idea now would be like if I can't even qualify it right now. Like, the idea of seeing it now is just unbelievable, because it's like there aren't tag teams like that anymore. But it'd be like, I don't know. Again, I can't even comprehend how I can't express to you how a way that would make sense nowadays. It would be like if somebody came out, and like grabbed Rey Mysterio in like a torture rack backbreaker. I don't know, anything, any sort of submission, and never threw him in the ropes once, and just ground him into pain. And you never see that, and that's what made the Demolition title change so important back in the day. It's so memorable. And it was another thing. It was like Demolition, for being big, bruising guys, weren't that large. It wasn't like they were 900 pounds, so you could put them against like the Powers of Pain, and they'd be undersized, and then put them against the Rockers, and they'd be oversized, and they could keep up with either one of them. And they were as not big as they seem. Like, if you look back at the tape, they're strong as hell. I mean, they're body slamming the Warlord, who's a big honking staff, like a big slab of meat, and they're just slamming him like it's nothing, and hard too, because goddamn, they didn't care. So I've rambled on for a little bit here, I guess, and that's pretty much all I really wanted to say about Demolition, because I'm coming up on my 10 minutes. But if you ever get a chance to watch some old school Demolition matches, please don't look at it as nobody's doing a Hurricane Rana, nobody's going to the power throw. Look at it as the wrestling equivalent of a chess match with Kiss Me, because that's what it is, and that's good wrestling. Good hard out.